Thanks for being with me this week and for joining in on what I consider to be a very important topic: money. If you're a regular viewer, thank you for your presence and support. It means the world to me. And if you're new to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe and be a part of the most incredible community of women who are seeking to live their best life. You all bless me in so many ways, and I am so glad that we're here for each other. All right, you hear it on the news every single day. Inflation, recession, higher prices, lower wages. Yes, times are tight, and we're all looking for ways to be smarter with our money, and that could lead to some readjusting. So I decided to create my top 10 list of what I'm doing to tighten the belt and save money. Number one, make a budget. We don't know where our money is going unless we account for it. Do it whether you're alone or with a spouse or a partner. Getting real with money can be a difficult conversation, but you cannot make good decisions unless you're honest and transparent about it. What I do is I list all of my expenditures in a spreadsheet so I know what to expect monthly, and then I leave a little bit of pad room for the unexpected. I'm also saving for my son's college, so that's allocated for as well. My income fluctuates because I'm self-employed. So what I do is I take my average income over a year and then I come up with my average monthly salary and then make sure to live below my means. A good rule of thumb, if you can, is 50% of your income goes to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings, but that might not be doable now. So that means we've got to trim our wants or make adjustments to our needs so that we can still save for a rainy day. I'm going to share some ideas on those in just a moment. Also, make sure you're taking advantage of tax deductions and write-offs where you can as it pertains to your business. Number two, cutting back on energy bills. Simple adjustments to the thermostat, turning it up to a higher temperature when you leave or lower in the winter, can really help out. I'm also just getting used to it being a little warmer in the apartment, and I know a lot of us work from home these days, so it can take a little getting used to. Now, as a menopausal woman, I need a cold bedroom when I sleep, so I only turn it down at night, and I've got a fan blowing to help circulate the air. Also, there are companies like Energy Ogre that I use. They can help shop the lowest electricity rate for you for a small monthly fee, and then they connect you to the least expensive energy company based on your usage. Some other real practical tips here. Only run the dishwasher when it's full, and then try, if you can, doing the laundry on the warm setting instead of hot. Number three, getting real with TV, streaming services, and subscriptions. Do you need full cable? Do you watch all those channels? Same with all those streaming apps or other apps that really sounded good in the moment. Sometimes a smart TV with a Roku or a device to get local channels can be enough for you. Trust me, there are some big ways to save money in this area. I did it. I cut back on cable. I went through all of the streaming services and the apps that I purchased on my phone and decided what I'm really using. You'd be amazed at how many that you're not, but you're still getting charged for monthly. Number four, purchasing groceries from less expensive outlets. I like to shop at Sprouts Farmers Market to get good deals and quality food. I try to buy organic where I can. But places like Trader Joe's, Sam's, or Costco can be big time savers for large families. Also, Amazon Prime has helped me tremendously, especially the subscribe and save option, which gives you usually 15% discount if you set up a subscription with certain products that you know you'll be using regularly, say every month, 2 or 3. Be sure to make a list before you shop. It is just way too easy to walk out with more than you need if you don't, or if you go shopping when you're hungry. When dining out, try not to overorder. I'm really mindful of portion control, and I find most entrees are 2 meals, so I always take half of mine home and then have lunch for the next day. And if you need home goods, places like Marshall's, Wayfair online, they can offer huge savings. My chandeliers here in the apartment came from Wayfair. My dining chairs, my bar stools, my table outside, all of them from Amazon. Number 5, buy resale clothing. You know I'm a huge fan of places like Poshmark or other online resale outlets, even local resale stores. They can be great options if you want to get nice, gently used pieces for a fraction of the cost. It's a great place for children's clothing, especially since they outgrow everything so quickly. I personally have no shame in wearing somebody else's clothing, and I feel a great sense of pride for the deal that I got and the money I saved. Also, consider selling some of your higher end pieces on resale. You could fetch some really nice money by doing so. Number 6 is paying off high interest credit cards. Getting rid of as many as you can is ideal, but first tackle the ones that are costing you the most and then go from there. Contact the credit card company and see if there's a way that you can lower your rate or come up with a structured payoff if times are tight. I recently paid all of mine down, and I will not put more on the card unless I can pay it off in full every month. Now, of course, that can be the unexpected, but at least that's my goal. Go through your monthly statements and check and see if there's fraud or anything that you're paying for that you no longer use. Now, I've only kept 2 credit cards because they're linked to airline mileage accounts. I have been saddled in the past with high balances on credit cards, and God willing, I don't ever want to go there again. Number 7, see if you can downsize on your vehicle. Go hybrid or electric. One of the best decisions that I made was to get rid of my car and to get that cool hybrid Jeep. It takes low octane fuel, saving me so much money at the pump. Plus, my high-rise has those chargers in the garage so I can plug in when available. On average, I fill up about once a month, running mostly on electric, and I save a fortune. Also, take a look at your auto insurance. Some options for you there are possibly raising your deductible, and that will definitely lower your monthly premium. You could negotiate a safe driving discount or reduce coverage if appropriate. Now, lastly, try comparing quotes and then maybe even changing auto insurance companies for a better price. Sometimes we stay where we are just because we're accustomed to it. Number 8, freeze or get rid of expensive club memberships. Many offer options to put a temporary hold for a year or so that might be worth looking into. You can exercise at a home gym. You could use exercise videos on YouTube, or even look into lower cost workout studios or your neighborhood YMCA. My yoga classes are donation based, which is such a neat concept because it opens up the practice to people of all incomes. Number 9, drugstore over department store. I have shown you through the years many drugstore dupes for higher end products. Plus, you can find clean beauty there as well. You'd be amazed at how much you can save if your eyeliner is only $8 versus $18 and so on. And the same goes for hair and skincare. By the way, this is all drugstore. Number 10, try negotiating a raise at your place of work. Maybe take on a part-time or second job, or like me, start a side hustle or business. That was my YouTube channel back in 2014, which has now become my full-time line of work. You never know where things might lead. I promise to provide links to some of the items that I mentioned, including my chairs, my chandeliers, as well as today's makeup look, which I said is all drugstore. You will find those in the description portion of today's video. All you have to do is click show more under the description if you're watching on your computer, or it's the down arrow to the right if you're on your cell phone or your tablet. You know this, being smart with money isn't just for recessions or inflation. I've learned that it really should just be a way of life, kind of like eating healthy or exercising. I wasn't always frugal, and I spent in areas where I shouldn't have, and I won't do that again. In my mind, there is no greater sense of peace than good health and money in the bank, and sometimes the latter can lead to the former. Life can throw us some curveballs, getting laid off, getting ill, or going through a divorce. I believe God is with us in those valleys, and although it can be an incredible test of endurance and strength, He always sees us through. Keep the faith. I know I will. Please, if you would, share your ways to save and how you're being fiscally smart in the comment section below. I think we as women owe it to ourselves, we owe it to each other, and most especially, we owe it to our children to talk about money and how best to handle it. It's one of the most valuable lessons there is. Bold moves here can most certainly lead to some big-time blessings. I'm Dominique Sachse, and I'll see you next week.